Hey podcast, just before we get you to this episode, I wanted to invite you to join us at pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site, and we want you to join our launch team. All you need to do is put in your email address. It's completely free. We are looking to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair, and we'd love your input on how to do that. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, whack in your email address, and let's get you to this episode.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project. If you ever come on, I apologize for laughing already, but if you ever jump on a podcast with us, you'll find out very quickly why there's always laughing and why we can't stay on topic and why we're always late. But our special guest for today is KAYLEIGH Atkinson, Mrs. Galaxy UK, who I've interviewed.
Hey guys.
Seems like a lifetime ago, but
yeah, definitely.
Before I catch up with KAYLEIGH, I'll also say hello to Danielle and Lauren.
Hi. Hi.
Wow, that was thank you for that level of engagement. All right.
So enthusiastic.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, it's 8 a.m. for me here, okay, after the Australia Day public holiday, and I was watching the tennis at Melbourne Park, the Australian Open. It was Rafael Nadal against Nick Kyrgios. It was a huge match. It didn't finish until about midnight, so I have permission to be sleepy. You guys do not. But KAYLEIGH, catch us up on everything, if you can remember all of it, everything that has happened since I interviewed you.
So, where do I start? So when we last interviewed, I was just getting ready to go to America. So America happened, and that was absolutely incredible. Like Galaxy was just amazing. It was so fabulous. It was just one of the best experiences of my life, which I'm sure everyone feels like. So there was that. There was some negativity from that as well, which, I've learned from, and I've had to kind of deal with that, which kind of put me off track a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of had Christmas and found out secretly, no one knew at this point, that I was pregnant.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's been announced earlier this week. And then
what is it with the misses and getting pregnant after Galaxy? It's 2 years in a row now. I'm kind of a bit worried about what Galaxy does to people.
Yeah, I think it's definitely big.
Whoever wins misses next year.
Watch out.
You're going to be.
There will be a baby on the way. We need it third time lucky.
I think it would be really cool if the tradition continued. I'd enjoy that.
It's in the handbook. You must get pregnant.
I wondered why the missus had a different handbook to everyone else.
Next thing you're going to say is that we're going to give out points for pregnancies.
Double points if it's twins.
The only thing I'm stressing about is my outfits. I'm like, I really
Ruth looked amazing when she handed over.
Ruth looked incredible.
She did, but I've already got my outfits.
Well, then you're going to have to get new ones.
It's just too expensive, this hobby. It's just too much. Yeah. It's too much. So there's that, which has been really, really crazy. And then hundreds of appearances in between, and lots of just pageant land stuff, really, catching up with all pageant land and appearances, judging. I've just come back from Pure this weekend, or Pure, as they call it.
Pew.
I say Pure.
Pure. That's very Australian of you, did you know?
Pure.
Saying pure.
Pure.
That's what us Aussies do. They can't say the pure. It's always pure.
So is that how you would say it?
No, because I was going to say something that might get me in trouble. But because
He was going to say, because I am posh, I say pure.
No, posh wouldn't get me in trouble. I was going to use a word that would get me in trouble. But saying things that pure, not as pure mate. Yeah, Miss Pure mate. Yeah, way to go. So.
Yeah.
Mate, you got to throw a mate in there. Just waiting for a
Pure
mate.
mate. Miss me. She'll be right. Anyway, Kayleigh, continue.
In interviews, I was saying things like, so, like, what would the pure title mean to you? And they were like, what? I was like, pure. And they were like, I was like, oh, pure. So yeah, so just busy in general, really, and then catching up on life as well. It's been nice to chill out with the family, and obviously Christmas and New Year's been in between that, which has been lovely. I've just had a nice few months, really.
That's lovely. That I'm jealous. That sounds amazing. Kayleigh, let me catch you up with the comments. And guys, I'm looking this way this time because I got to look on my phone because I'm on my laptop because I'm in Melbourne. Catherine Henry has sent you a love heart. Deborah Griffiths has said, hi, lovely. Carol Joyce has said, hi, beautiful. Carol Joyce has also said, loved you in that blue dress. I don't know. Was that the Galaxy one?
Yes. Oh my goodness, that blue dress that you wore last night was beautiful.
It was just from ASOS, guys. I think it was like £54 or something.
Everyone's going to be on there now.
I know, yeah.
I'm like, if I had £54 to spare, I'd buy it, but I don't.
Is ASOS like posh budget or what? What is?
It's like a range,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like a website that's got like loads of different designers on. Well, from like their own range right up
it's
to
like
loads
online,
of
is it? It's an online. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so our biggest online retailer for fashion.
Okay. We've been having a lot of businesses in Australia go under, particularly the offline ones, like department stores. A lot of them have been going under, struggling.
Yeah, we had a lot of that in the news the last few weeks, actually, about all of the shops shutting and just places closing down.
The high street is very much bare at the moment because of online shopping, but it's because the council keep increasing the rent on the buildings. So, and I prefer to shop online because I hate seeing people.
Lauren Parkinson.
Social as ever.
Social butterfly. Sophie Marie Brown has said, hey, beautiful. Natalie Pav on the subject of pregnancy, I think, has said, sounds perfect to me. I would be happy to make it third time. Are you sure? Are you sure, Natalie, you want another one? If you want one, that's...
Does that mean she gets extra points? Because she's going to keep that tradition. 5
points for pregnancy. Erica Dragonic has said hello. She's also said hey all. Catherine has said you're always an inspiration. Nadine Anderson, one of the most inspiring women I know. Whitney Montgomery, forever my favourite part of Galaxy Pageant last year was you. Miss you, my love.
Whitney.
I miss you, love.
Catherine has said, so glad you won, giving us plus-size girls hope. And Rebecca Jane Everson has said, Danny, is that crown picture nailed up yet? I've a vision of it dropping forward.
It's not yet. I've been like, it's so bad. Bear with.
She's like, I'm done. Bye.
I actually bought a set to put it on the wall, and I just haven't got around to doing it. I'm just really, really scared that I'm going to nail it to the wall. And, like, I'm going to put the nail in, and I'm going to go for like a pipe or something, and it's going to be like a sketch. So I need to wait until my dad's back to help.
You can get like something that senses where there's pipe and where there's electricity behind your walls.
I think we've got one of them in the garage, but I'm not like I just kind of leave that for my dad to do. Really.
Why don't you just use a sticky hook?
Perks.
Yeah.
Because I am petrified that it's going to unstick and it's going to knock me out while I'm asleep.
You'd wake up eventually.
I would hope so. Because I don't want to be killed by a crown.
Danielle Latimer killed by painting.
She got a crown in the end. Right on the head.
Oh my goodness.
That's not the way I hoped.
It's not the vision.
If you would like Danielle
vision I
during
had.
this podcast to put up her painting live, then comment in the comments below, and if the overwhelming majority of you would like to see this, and I will put my hand up, I would like to see it.
I probably should.
I would.
Yeah, I would
at some point. I'm gonna have a nightmare or something, and I'm gonna knock it off, and it's gonna fall on because I actually sleep. This is my bed, so I actually sleep with it perched there. So I am dicing with death a little bit.
You are.
Imminent death by crown.
But I don't move much in my sleep anyway, so I haven't been hit with it yet.
Oh my god, I end up sometimes like parallel to the pillows. I'm like, whoa, how did I get here?
Yeah, I go like horizontal. But I don't like throw my arms and go horizontal. I just kind of like and just roll. Fuck and roll.
What?
So you definitely move in your sleep then.
Well, not. I think I do it like slowly.
I'm like a starfish.
I'm like
Starfish. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Natalie,
yeah, my is allowed near me. I need my whole
Natalie
bed.
Pfeffer said
Yeah.
DIY with Miss London Galaxy.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Rebecca Everson
There's
has
a-
also said she would like to see you putting up the painting, and Carol Joyce has said Kayleigh is a nurse. She will help you if you get knocked out. See, you've got it all covered.
This is true.
That's a point.
You've got it all covered.
But
I mean,
Kayleigh would have to
could
travel
get
all the way to Danielle's house.
Could you imagine if my dad comes home and he just sees me with a hammer up against the wall like,
What are you
he's like,
doing?
no.
Put it away.
I really don't think you've got anything to lose.
I mean, my wall's
Except-
white.
Maybe a pipe.
And a wall,
No.
and then
Yeah.
maybe a house.
No.
I just know that because my wall is like pristine and it's painted very nice, I'll mess it up. I know I'll mess it up. So I'm just waiting on someone that's
Okay, so
okay.
talent.
I'll film a video. Maybe not live. film a
DIY
video,
with
put it out.
Danielle.
But so obviously DIY would not be your go-to for talent round, Danielle.
No. Probably
putting
not
to-
DIY. I mean, there's other things that I'm good at. I'm good at cutting down trees. That's DIY. You're doing it yourself, aren't you?
What about putting together an IKEA shelf?
I put this bed together, have you know, with no help.
Well, I bought 2 shelves, right, from B&Q, and I thought that you could just nail them in. And I didn't realise you have to, like, drill in the walls,
Drill.
put, like, things in, put it
Little
in.
plugs.
So I went across the road to my neighbour and I said, do you mind putting some shelves up for me? And he came round and did it for me.
He's like, that old chestnut. Yep, I'm coming around, love.
The amount of times I've babysat for him, he owes me to put up 2 shelves.
I'm not going to go there because yeah, maybe in person I would, but what was I going to say? What's B&Q? All these UK stores, since I'm coming over in like 6
yeah.
weeks.
Like a...
DIY shop.
What
Yeah.
does B&Q stand for?
That's what I mean. Who's B and who's Q?
That's the point. I've never thought about that before. Google.
Google it.
I don't know.
Ask Siri.
Q is also very specific. There aren't many things that begin with Q.
B&Q, I don't know.
Can anyone watching
I'm a
tell us what
pageant girl,
B and
not a
Q
builder.
stands for? Clearly.
What does B&Q stand for? Oh, the founders are Richard Block and David Quayle.
Oh, there we go.
Keel or Quayle? It begins with a Q.
Disappointing, that really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sorry
I
about
thought there was
that.
going to be like some...
It's
A
not
little
like
bit.
building quality. I don't know. Q.
I was thinking of something else, but
Building
again, I can't say
quality.
it. Oh, Rebecca actually knew. Block and Quail. Okay, Kayleigh, how are you feeling about
Oh.
Galaxy handover? That's coming up very quickly.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I can't wait just to see who gets the next title, really. And
So you're not running away with the crown then?
I'm not running away with it. Like, I think I'm just ready for that next step in my life now. And I think finding out that I'm pregnant as well is just kind of helped that along a little bit. I just feel like I'm grown up and it's all a bit weird.
You're adulting.
Oh, like I'm going to have a real person to look after.
You're going to have to change nappies. It's the worst thing ever.
Lauren!
I had to do my niece's and it smells so bad. I was literally like this.
I'm sure it's fine when it's your own.
Yeah, when it's your own, but when it's not.
It's going to smell like flowers.
I am a children's nurse, so I have like...
Oh, there you go.
Nappies and stuff. Like, I'm fine with... Do you know, it's the whole pregnancy thing as well. That stresses me out a little bit.
You do look like you're, and I know this is very cliche, you do look like you're glowing. Like, you look really radiant. I don't know if it's maybe you got great lighting, which I certainly don't have, but you look really good.
Oh, well, thank you.
There you go.
Maybe everyone should get pregnant and look glowing.
That might be difficult for me.
I'm going to book in with my facialist tomorrow.
Is this I was going to ask if this is to deal with the skin so you can be glowing or to deal with the pregnancy thing. I don't want to know. Let's move on.
I think that'd be physically impossible, Adrian.
What? Yeah, okay, let's just move on. So, Kayleigh, so you know, I will see you at Galaxy UK. Carol Joyce has said, I agree, she is blooming. Is blooming is that a UK word for glowing, or is that
I think so, yeah.
Blooming.
Yeah.
Because normally when I say it, it's like blooming crazy. Someone is blooming crazy. That's anyway.
Yeah, we use it as that as well.
Rebecca has asked, I wonder if the baby will like Biscoff like mummy. I'm sure he/she will be able to taste it inside tummy.
What if it comes out and it just looks like a jagged
Biscoff?
Okay, so I haven't asked Danielle and Lauren what's been happening with their lives. So why don't we start with Miss Parkinson, who is telling everyone not to have a baby because it smells bad. So aside, Lauren, from telling pregnant ladies that they shouldn't be pregnant, how's your life been going?
No, I said the nappies smell like...
Lauren Parkinson.
Have babies if you want to have babies.
Absolutely.
But be careful with the nappy.
Yeah, well, there's no... Lauren, are you breaking up? Or was that just me?
No, she broke up for me as well.
Okay, so hang on, Lauren. I might wait for...
Yeah.
Lauren, can you say...
Oh, I think
say again. Go.
Oh, so I had a busy week in work, and then on Friday I went to the Welsh Women's Aid domestic violence training to become an Ask Me ambassador. I've got my final day of the training on Friday coming up this week, and then I'll be, if I want to, a fully qualified Ask Me ambassador for domestic violence against women and domestic abuse. So we've really delve into all the other parts of domestic abuse. It's really interesting. So I've enjoyed that. Not enjoyed learning and expanding.
We get it. Yeah.
Some more of my skills. And then after that, I got really sick and ended up in the hospital. So
what did you do to yourself this time?
So it was just an illness that I let go a little bit too far and didn't take care of myself. So I needed to go to
touch of that coronavirus, is it?
I think so. Maybe a little bit. No, it's just a common illness that we get.
Just too many coronas.
Yeah,
just say I had to drink a lot of cranberry juice.
Oh.
No, if Lauren got a virus, it would be tequila virus, wouldn't it?
Tequila virus.
Well, I hope it don't. Tequila.
I'll be drinking tequila next week in the Thai sun.
Oh, when are you off to sunny Thailand?
Wednesday next week. So a week on Wednesday. And then we've just been discussing, I packed my suitcase, so I managed to fit 2.5 weeks worth of clothing into one hand luggage. And then we're packing all the books away and all the rest of the stuff. So
Yeah, wow.
it's exciting.
Yeah.
And I just realised I don't need to take any clothes for the photo shoot because everything's over there ready for me, which makes my life so much easier.
That is a lot easier if you can have a home in 2 locations, kind of. Yeah. That is a lot of stuff, a lot of exciting stuff. Got to be looking forward to your trip to Thailand.
Yes, definitely. And it's longer this time.
How long?
2.5 weeks.
The weather as well. The weather's got to be better than what you guys are dealing with.
So,
I think, yeah.
Work on that tan.
I just ordered my mask so I don't get coronavirus. I'm going to be hand sanitizer, no public transport. Everyone keeps messaging me like, are you still going? I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, but coronavirus.
Like, strong immune system.
Yeah, I'm like, started to take vitamins now just to build me up.
Yeah. Go. Make sure you got your shots as well before you're traveling overseas.
Yeah. I'm fully
Don't
covered.
forget your tequila shots.
Since me and Ma. Tequila shots.
Danielle, you're just a
the only
never-ending
shots I need.
stream of jokes.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Shit.
I am the queen of dad jokes.
Oh.
Someone crown me.
Oh my
I'm waiting
God.
for that picture to fall on your head, and that will be just
yeah, and then it'll crown
it'll
you.
be perfect. It'll be the perfect ending. Tish. Danielle, apart from making endless sequences of dad jokes, what have you been doing for the last week?
So I have a new job. So I've been going to yay. As much as I loved working for Equinox, I just kind of realized it just wasn't for me. And I'm kind of reverting back to what I did prior before I went into sales. So I am a client host again for a law firm. Very exciting, 7th biggest law firm globally. So it's a very big firm. And yeah, I start on next week, next Monday, so a week today. So I've got a nice week of just chilling out, kind of
Preparing,
being a lady of leisure, basically. But yeah, so I had final interviews. I had my Strictly Hillingdon rehearsals as well. I've had it a couple of weeks now. I actually just received a text from my good friend Lewis, who's organising it. He says there are very limited tickets. So if you are wanting to come, book online now, because I believe there's only like a handful of tickets left. So if you do want to come and support, I would love it if you could come, because I know the audience votes, and I think it's that the audience has the overall say, and I think I've got like 2 people coming, so I don't stand a chance in hell of winning unless I have a group of people there. And I just, at the moment, I only have a couple of people, and I don't even know if they've purchased a ticket yet. So if you are wanting to come, it is an appearance. Please scream and shout for me, whoop for me. If I suck majorly, then whoop for other people. It's fine.
When is it?
When?
When is on?
It is on the 15th of February, so day after Valentine's Day. It's a Saturday.
I'll be in Thailand.
You'll be in Thailand. It is in Hillingdon, which is in the Middlesex area of London. So it's kind of northwest. And there is an after party. We're all going to the pub afterwards. One of the dancers, Rory, he works in the pub around the corner. So they've extended their license for us to celebrate afterwards. So yeah, it should be a really fun night.
I'd be on the orange juice. Yay!
Yeah, on the OJ. I've been on the OJ because I've been doing dry January. I think my liver is thankful for it. Not that I drink much, but you know.
I think I've accidentally done dry January, if I'm being honest, without meaning to.
When was you on the podcast?
That was around Christmas.
That was December.
Yeah,
that was the last time.
Trying to catch you out there. Proud of you.
That's,
and then what else have I been up to?
what else have you been up to? That's a lot already.
Oh, and then I had my photo shoot with Stacey Clark yesterday.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see these pictures.
I can't wait either. I've had so many people message me being like, "Oh my god, I can't wait for these," because I put like a little sneak peek, a little BTS on my Instagram. Went for something very different, very kind of editorial fashion. I've got my pageant shots with Charlotte. I just wanted to do something a little bit more fun, a little bit different. And that was such a great team. So we obviously had Stacey Clark, who's coming from Swansea to London. We also had Kirsty in doing makeup, who's obviously come down from Scotland. And then we had Duncan has obviously come down from Lancashire. So it's really been an international squad working on this shoot. And it was nice to see some familiar faces. And I did one look, which was kind of like a Spanish look. So random. I had roses, red roses. And then I decided I wanted to do a wet look. So Duncan decided, great, wet look. Poured a whole bottle of Evian on me. And I was drenched. Like, I knew that I wanted to go for a wet look, but the drown rat look kind of, yeah.
Stacey's very much into it as well. I remember when we went to the speech and she was like, put your head under the water, and I was like, and she was like, no, it won't.
She'll come down and grab you as well and be like, go on the way.
Danielle, did you actually literally?
She's like, no, and I was starting to just splash my hair a little bit.
Did you actually get doused in Evian?
Yeah, oil.
That just seems like such a classy thing. Not even just tap water.
It could have been
Evian.
Fiji water.
Evian. I wasn't going to have tap water, darling. It was Evian.
It's just such a posh thing. I don't do tap water. If you want to do the wet look, I need Evian.
Does anyone else call it council pop?
Yeah, council pop.
Council pop. Yeah.
Council pop.
Why cancel pop?
Council. Provided by the council.
Why is it provided by the council?
Tap water.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Evian was council pop, and I was so confused. It's like, your councils are providing you with Evian? It's like, wow, I'm going to move there.
Yeah, very posh up this way.
Very, very posh. Okay, so that I did see the sneak peek of the shoot. I love Charlotte's shot. This one looked a little bit edgier, grittier. So.
Yeah. Loads of people have written, I'm getting really edgy recently. I was like, oh, okay, I'll roll with that.
Happy with that.
I think someone made a comment yesterday that I'm quite edgy. I'm like, okay. I think I comment back saying I'm as edgy as a beach ball.
I do think you're quite quirky, though.
I'm a bit odd.
Not odd.
Very odd.
No, odd. Yeah, no, you hit the nail. You hit the nail on the head, which Danielle can't do, but you hit the nail on the head.
Adrian, this is rubbing off. You're coming in there with the dad jokes.
I don't think that was a dad joke. That was actually a better one. So, what was edgy? When we say someone is edgy, though, it kind of means... God, we're speaking Evian and now Sauvage. We'll be speaking Francais very soon. But when people say edgy, at least here in Australia, that also kind of means like on edge, like anxious, though. Doesn't that mean the same thing in the UK? When someone's edgy, it's like you're on edge. That's
Yeah. I don't
I was
think
going
I
to
mean
say,
that
like,
kind
you
of
sure
edgy.
they're not...
Depends what context you use it in, though. Can mean the same.
You're not edgy.
Yeah.
You're... I don't know how to do... How do I mime... How would you guys mime edgy?
No.
I don't know, actually.
How do you mime edgy?
You just want to make some gifts. We know your game.
Fine, ruin my fun. I wasn't thinking of that, but actually, that would be a good thing. Okay, so it sounds like everyone has been super busy.
What have you been up to, Adrian?
Yeah, fill us in.
Oh, I wasn't saying that for you guys to ask me, but I appreciate it. I was going to move on.
Thinking you were saying that to me because
it's because we know you've done something. We know that you've done something interesting. So.
Have I?
Yeah. What did you do yesterday?
Oh, didn't I mention that already? Well, I'm in Melbourne at the moment. So I'm in Melbourne, which is the capital of Victoria. and I'm here for the Australian Open, the tennis. And this is the first time, despite being a tennis coach for 15 years or more.
That you're playing in it.
No, I'm not playing in it. I need more coffee to deal with Danielle in this mood, seriously. And okay, so I'm staying at an Airbnb. Do you know what the worst part, Danielle, or Lauren, or maybe even Kayleigh can guess? What do you think the worst part of this Airbnb is? It's lovely, but there's one part I can't tolerate. What do you think it is?
And
No coffee machine? Did we get it?
Yeah, I've got to drink instant coffee.
We know you too well.
You know how I feel about the instant coffee, and I'm just not feeling it.
At least you can drink coffee. I'm going to stick with tea.
Oh, yeah.
Count yourself lucky.
And I've got to count how many hot chocolates I have and how many Cokes I have.
Look how many chocolates you have.
Yeah, because hot chocolate has caffeine in. Oh, it's a nightmare.
Man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just pure sugar.
Well, there is that as well. And then that makes us feel a bit sick.
Dear me. Okay, so that's a good reason for me not to get pregnant. But yesterday, I don't know if you guys watching have any idea with tennis, but we had Rafael Nadal. Most people will know who he is. He's the world number one. He played Nick Kyrgios, who's the Aussie guy who very often says things he shouldn't, but he does look like he's turned the corner because he was very instrumental in helping set up the bushfire relief. Every time he hit an ace, for example, I think he was donating $100 or $200 to the charity. So, and he was different in his post-match interview. The reason that match was such a big deal is because those two historically have hated each other. Kyrgios has actually full-on tried to hit Nadal in the chest on occasion, but I think Kyrgios, like a child, has begun to mature. So I think that's a good thing. But Grand Slam matches are best of 5 sets with the men. So it can be very long. And I do love tennis, but it was quite windy and cold in the stadium. So I was happy it didn't go to a 5th. But yeah, it was a great thing to see. And Melbourne is, they always say Melbourne is much more European than Sydney. And I don't really know what that means, but it's very different to Sydney. So if you ever have a chance to come down to Melbourne, I think it's like Sydney, but a bit more relaxed. We have the river running through it. So it's been good. So thank you, Lauren, for asking.
I hear that they have good coffee in Melbourne, so you can always go leave
Daniel,
the
are
house
you rubbing it
to
in?
get coffee.
I hear.
Do you not have like Uber Eats and you can just Uber a nice coffee over?
Just order a cup of coffee in.
I have on occasion, I am ashamed to admit this, I have on occasion Uber Eated a one serve of McDonald's fries. I have
just
done
the
that
fries?
twice.
You've been allowed to?
Yeah.
Just one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I did that.
I did a McDonald's
moment.
breakfast. I've done that before.
I often just eat a cornflake tart.
What?
A cornflake tart.
Cornflake tart.
Order from our takeaway, like it's like a shake and cake shop. I think it's a chicken shop actually, but it does like desserts as well. And I'll just order cornflake tart.
If you're confusing a chicken shop for a dessert shop, that's slightly disturbing.
Yeah, it's called Seabo's. It's a chicken shop in Aycliffe, like where I live. But they do really nice cornflake tarts. I don't know why.
I used to eat them all the time as a kid.
What is a cornflake tart? Literally a cornflake tart? I've never heard of a cornflake tart.
So it's like pastry, and then you have like a layer of strawberry jam, and then cornflakes mixed with golden syrup. Cook it so that the pastry then goes crispy, and then custard on top.
Oh, that's different from what I had. That sounds a whole nother entity. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you have?
I mean, I thought it was just like chocolate cornflakes.
No.
You know when you mix like Frosties with like a bar of chocolate, you melt the chocolate down, and then you say you make them for Easter.
No,
they look like
and
a
you
tart.
put like mini eggs in the middle, and they look like a.
Actually got pastry in it and custard. They do it in any other jam.
Any jam.
I This just sounds
Should I
like
bring one, Alex?
I think I
Let's
caught
get 'em in.
diabetes just from this conversation.
Are you at the Pageant Land Ball?
Yeah, hell yeah.
No.
I'll bring you one. Oh, Lauren. I'll send you one.
You'll have to bring one to Galaxy.
I'll bring one to Galaxy.
If
Joanna
they could do a
Johnson.
cherry jam.
Joanna Johnson has said, coffee is life, instant or not. Joanna, I strongly disagree. You're just wrong on that one. Coffee is life when it's not instant. When it's instant, it is a slow death. Jessica Barclay has said, evening all. Hi, Jess. Jess has also asked, in this crummy weather, what's everyone's fave comfort food? Well, I can't answer that because it's super sunny and really nice over here. What are your guys' favorite comfort foods?
I actually lose appetite in the cold weather, so I don't get like cravings for anything. Whatever is cooked is forced down me.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I've been eating a lot of Marmite on toast recently.
Oh,
Yeah, you have
There's
Vegemite.
like me and Adrian are like against it, and you two are for it.
Oh,
No.
we've gone from the diabetes
didn't
to
use-
death on toast. Oh, no. Marmite is like
I
Vegemite
use
that's had
that.
diarrhea. It's just so...
The trick is to use a tiny bit.
This is what my mum says. She
Tiny
always says,
bit.
just use a little bit and use a lot of butter. Okay, so mum,
What's the point in having it if you're going
that's
to
what I
use
mean.
a
So
little
what
bit?
you're saying is it tastes so horrible, just have a tiny bit. Well, why don't I just have something that
That you
tastes
can't
nice?
eat a lot of it.
No, not with butter. And like if you toast it, so if you have Marmite with cheese on top, toasted.
I will have it. Like cheese on toast when I was growing up was one of my like favorite things ever. But putting Vegemite under it'd be like, oh, it's like you're trying to poison me. It's like give me the stuff that I like and just put the poison in underneath. Like, oh. All right, so Danielle is going for runny Vegemite on toast. Anything else? Comfort food?
I like proper like home cooked
I'll go with
food.
that.
So like shepherd's pie, mince and dumplings.
I had a
Kind
cottage
of.
pie tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not for that.
I agree with that.
My sister
Oh,
made
nice.
it.
I've got a cottage pie in my fridge right now.
Yeah.
It was funny though because my sister handed me my plate and my niece is sitting next to me. So I start eating the peas and she goes, Aria's turn, gets her spoon and starts eating my peas off my plate. And I'm just like, child, I will hit you with my fork.
And that is why Lauren
No
should not have kids.
I'm joking, I wouldn't really hit her with my
No,
fork.
you'd hit her with something else. Mind you, I can't talk because these two are convinced that I go around just hitting children for fun.
I'm kidding.
Kneeing kids in the face.
That's not my fault they're so short. They only come up to my knee. I mean, if they were taller, I'd knee them somewhere else. Carol Joyce has said, Kayleigh, that's a traditional recipe. Lovely. That must be your cornflake tart recipe.
Oh, so maybe it's just a thing.
And Jessica Barclay has said, love Marmite on toast, but no way I could touch it before Galaxy. Marmite in gravy is awesome.
Oh, no. What else? I had a vegan sausage sandwich for dinner.
Oh, well, hang on, back up. We're not going to talk about the Marmite in gravy. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I know how I feel about it, and I'm glad I haven't eaten anything yet today. That's how I feel about it. Oh, Marmite in gravy.
Yeah, I don't think I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
What
haven't
is like
tried
the
that.
weirdest pageant girl craving that anyone has? Like, have you ever heard some crazy ones?
I know Chloe Othan has like odd eating habits.
No, it's usually just chocolate. It's always chocolate.
Every time I see her, she's eating seafood sticks, like crab sticks. She loves them.
I love those things. It's like if you're allergic to seafood, you can probably eat seafood sticks and still be all right because it's mainly like filler and polystyrene.
This is true.
But in terms of quirky
true.
things, it's more quirky if a pageant queen says they don't actually like chocolate. That is quirky because there aren't many pageant queens.
Yeah.
I mean, I put up on my Instagram story, do you prefer salty or sweet? And the vast majority is sweet. There are a few people who prefer salty. But if you can find a pageant queen, or if you are a pageant queen watching and you don't like chocolate, then maybe say something.
We'd
Get
love
out.
to interview you and see why.
We'd love to interview you and see
What
what
traumatized you
find
as
out
a
what's wrong
child.
with you. But yeah, normally it's a craving. I mean, obviously, Kayleigh is crazy about the Biscoff, so it does tend to be sweet things. So if there's any pageant girls out there who don't have cravings for chocolate or sweet things,
I'm quite a sucker for the sour cream and chive pretzels that they sometimes give you on flights.
Yeah, they're quite nice. I like a pretzel.
They're really good. I don't
do
like
like mashed
the
potatoes.
Disney World pretzels, though. They're disgusting. Do not get a Disney World pretzel with the cheese dipping sauce.
weren't they
Oh.
that big or something? They were huge.
Yeah, and they're like in the shape of Mickey.
Okay.
Yeah, with the ears. And we went over to the stand and they had no churros left, and we were really, really hungry. What we wanted was churros, and then we decided to get the pretzel instead because there was none left. And yeah, it wasn't
So
very
the pretzel
good.
wasn't
We were all
good, or
kind
the
of like,
cheese
yeah,
wasn't
do you
good?
want this? The cheese was like it was fake cheese. It wasn't. It smelled so bad,
I
and
don't
the
feel like-
pretzel was just gross.
I don't feel like they do real cheese in America.
No,
full
America's
stop.
famous for having plastic cheese.
No.
They have this one cheese that literally looks like fluorescent orange. And when I was in America, I was looking at it going, I don't understand how they can make it that orange, because it looked like a block of wax that had been dyed with orange food dye. So I don't think the Americans are famous for their cheese, although Joanna just did.
I brought home some mac and cheese from America, and it is literally
It's
like
powder.
you cook the pasta, and then
It's
in
powder,
the
isn't
pack, no, in the pack it's like squeezable cheese, and you just mix it in once. But it does, to be fair, like it does taste really good. It's the Velveeta cheese.
I don't know what the worst food I've heard in the last 10 minutes is. That plastic cheese is right up there with a Marmite in gravy. Joanna has said that her sister doesn't like chocolate, followed by she's crazy. And also has said, OMG, no, Lauren, they were vile. Oh, so your, yeah, she agrees that your pretzels were vile.
Yeah.
Nadine has said, Mackenzie's obsessive with a tub of gherkins from McDonald's.
No.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
I hate
do love
gherkins from
gherkins.
McDonald's.
I can eat a whole tub of gherkins. Just
I'm going to fetch you a tub of gherkins.
so nice. Oh my God. Yeah. My dad buys them whole, he buys them sliced.
But are gherkins the same as pickles?
Yeah.
I mean, they are
Well,
pickled.
different types of pickles, but yes, it's the same thing. Well,
Okay. Because I
'Cause you get
remember, was it
pickled onions.
Jodie Langone?
Yeah,
Is that how you say
Langone.
your last name? Didn't she put pickle juice on popcorn?
Ugh.
That was like her. She put. Yeah, I
Lauren, you're
remember
breaking
seeing it
up
on
a little bit.
Facebook. Okay,
Okay.
pickle juice on popcorn. That's all.
Okay, after this,
Nope.
I'm not going to eat for the whole day. Let me just update you. Joanna has said the pretzel was disgusting and the cheese sauce was vile. I was going to say this, Joanna, but she has also said for me to say cheese was vile, it must have been bad.
Yeah.
Because she's crazy about
Wow.
cheese. She is the cheese queen.
Yeah.
So, now,
Did you take it back?
I
Did you
think
give
that
him-
was how it was supposed to taste anyway. Like,
I'd give him some feedback.
no,
They'd be like,
I think that
"Mate."
might be a case of American food.
stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
they'd be like, mate, this don't taste nice. You can't.
To be fair,
Have a
we did
word.
scam them out of a lot of food though, because we did have like the wristbands, which means you can have a meal every hour and unlimited drinks.
Every
and we
hour?
bought one between two.
I have never heard
every hour you
such
can
an
have a meal, and we
American
bought
thing.
it between two of us.
God forbid you don't
But
eat for an
me and
hour.
Mum had
I'm
one,
starving.
But I must have
Wow.
eaten about 7 meals that day because me and Mum were like making the most of it because we shared the wristband. So we were going up every hour getting a full meal.
Well, hopefully no one
No.
from Disneyland is watching this.
Yeah, not letting you back in, Lauren.
Arrest me, take me. I don't care.
Take me to the tower.
Okay.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Kayleigh, welcome to the podcast. We occasionally talk about pageantry, but not very often. On the subject of pageantry, just really briefly, as I mentioned last week with what happened at Global, I'm sure a lot of you have seen some of the statements that not only the UK Queens have been putting out, the Aussie Queen will put out a statement eventually. And we will have Freya on. I don't think it's next week. I think it's the week after. I'm just going to encourage everyone to just behave nicely when you don't know what actually went on. That's just like a PSA, public service reminder, because even the girls are not entirely certain what went down, and actually some of them are disagreeing. So maybe just stay out of it, because what you put in social media is permanent, and it's definitely not private. You could ruin your reputation by posting certain things. Lawrence, what you said you wanted to talk about? What was it? Or did you not want to talk about it?
Oh, so is it what I said before?
Well, why don't we start with the European
continental?
Yeah, because so I don't, Kayleigh,
so
I don't know.
It seems they're back at it recruiting girls.
All right, so Kayleigh, I don't know if you saw what happened with Europe Continental, but they had their pageant last year now in 2019 in Naples, and one of the girls' mothers was hit, fell to the floor, and there was basically systematic abuse of the women there, not even giving them water and making them parade around. It was horrible, absolutely awful. So, Lauren, what's been happening?
And the food was horrible as well.
Yeah.
It was definitely not nutritious meals at all.
Yeah.
So it seems that they've created another profile. I think it's under like a name, like Alessia. I saw it very vaguely just as I jumped on here. And they're messaging girls again, obviously recruiting for 2020 pageants. So do your research, girls. I mean, when there's allegations thrown around like that, it's hard to ignore what's been said. So just be very wary. And I think it's a lesson for everyone moving forward that you really do your research on these pageants. Yeah, what they post on social media may be amazing and it may look like it's legit, but always get finalist opinions. Yeah. It's a dangerous world out there. It really is.
So dangerous.
I think as well, like sometimes people just want to do a pageant and be involved in an international pageant just to say they've done it, and they won't go down the necessary channels like a UK director or someone that is there to look after your welfare. Yeah. And I think they'll just go because it's they're offering you this, this, and this. The prize package is this. Yeah. Think about how long they've been running, whether they have the sponsors to supply the prize package, and whether it's actually going to be legit. There's so much to think about rather than someone approaching you and you feeling so good about yourself that you've been approached. You need to really think about it a lot more. So
yeah, I think some of the difficulties with that is that I guess if you're a complete beginner or a relative beginner, you don't even know what to look for. And I think those girls are particularly vulnerable to being preyed on by systems that aren't above board. And I mean, literally, you get a really professional looking email, and the photos are professional photos. They don't take photos of bad things, so that obviously they don't do that. So they'll get you a really nice glitzy photo of a casino or a really nice stage, women wearing really nice dresses, and the sponsored stuff looking really good. And then the email itself will sound really professional, and it all sounds legit. The issue that I have is if you go overseas, like if you stay in the UK, that's one thing. If you stay in your country, that's one thing. But if you go overseas and things go badly, it can be very difficult to get yourself out of that situation. And it is extremely dangerous because, if you're surrounded by a bunch of men, for example, and they don't have your best interests at heart, and you're away from home, you're away from family, maybe you didn't even tell anyone you were competing because you were embarrassed. It can end very badly. And in 2019... And I mean... Sorry, Lauren. I'll just finish this. In 2019, the horror stories I heard mainly were centered around girls who went to compete overseas in pageants because they were directly approached. It wasn't so much you won a national title, went overseas, and it all went great. It was, hey, I got a message by this person from overseas, and then they went, and then they came back, and it's like it was the most horrible experience of my life. Lawrence.
If that's their way of getting contestants. Sorry.
Yeah.
Lauren, you go first.
No, go on. Okay,
good.
Okay, most international pageants do tend to take away your passport.
Well, you know how I feel about that.
I remember when we were... Well, I was at Grand and they took away my passport the first day I got there.
What did you do?
Because it was due to us flying over to another destination, so they took our passport, took our details so they could book all the flights, and then we got them back at the airport. Sometimes it's just to, I don't know, but they gave us them back at the airport so we could check in and use them. Then when we got back to the other side, it was like, okay, everyone hand your passports back in. Now,
No.
I don't know why, but it's a hard one because I can understand if you're flying and they need your details and everything else like that. I mean, I did send them, months prior to the Miss Grand organisation of a photo of my passport.
Photos with your phone.
But then also, and this is no reflection on the organisation, a few girls had jewellery missing from their rooms. And obviously when things like that are happening and you're also sharing with people that you don't know, I mean, everyone was so lovely anyway, but you just never can be too sure. And there's many occasions where safes have been broken into. So maybe it's just another preventative to make sure that your passport isn't taken along with other things.
I just, look, on the subject of passports, we talked about this briefly. I can't remember which episode it was, but I put it to you this way. If you had a bunch of guys, like a football team or something, competing, and you asked all of them to give in your passports, it'd be like, good luck to you. It's not going to happen. I do not think that you should be giving up your passports. And I think that if the director or the staff of a system pressure girls to do that, it's like, no, you can have a photocopy. You can take a photo with your phone. You get all the details. There's no reason. And I said this, I don't think it's legal for anyone outside of a law enforcement officer to insist that you hand over your passport to them, because when you're overseas, your passport is your life. Those two, that your passport and your visa, if you forget the money, passport and visa, if you don't have those, you might not be able to return to your own country. So I just do not see the need.
It's the organisation as well, isn't it, to kind of have responsibility for all of them contestants' passports.
But I mean, the thing is on that, like if they lost it, they'd be like, oh, sorry, I lost your passport. But you are still the one who's going to have to get a replacement from your embassy in order to be able to go back home.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm not giving up my passport. Just no.
I mean, it was probably better that I did give up mine, because I got to airport security and lost my passport and boarding pass.
How?
So it fell out my pocket.
Were you busy batting your eyelids?
I literally just checked in and I was going to the security. I think I was in London, maybe. And I was walking and it just fell out my pocket. And I was like, oh no, where's it gone? I had to walk back and I found it on the floor. Thank God.
Jesus, that's
that
lucky.
Was scary.
Yeah,
very
lucky.
I was going to ask if you were busy doing your whole sob situation to get free luggage.
Yeah. And then I almost lost it in Thailand the first time I went, because I put it in my bum bag and I thought I'd left my bum bag in the other hotel, and we just travelled 4 hours to another hotel that was on a private island you had to get a boat back into. And I'm like, where's my passport? Where's my bum bag? Luckily, it was in my friend's suitcase because she found it and packed it away for me.
Don't lose your passport, girls. Do not,
Sorry,
and
Mum,
do
if
not
you're listening
hand
to
it
this,
over.
I will be better this time.
Danielle, what were you going to say? I think you were going to add something or interject.
When I went to Grand, they insisted they need our passport for the hotel. But sometimes the hotels take your passport. I don't know. But we ended up getting it back as soon as we left that hotel.
Yeah.
And they stuck our I don't have my old
country.
They
still got mine.
Yeah, you still
Mine's
got Wales.
Still got Wales on the front of it.
My old passport still has Wales on it.
Just no. No, it's so. Okay, if anyone wants to argue with me on this, I'm not talking about you guys, but anyone in the comments, anyone watching this, or for God's sakes, if Miss Gran wants to disagree with me, give me one definitive reason what gives you the right to take anyone else's passport. If I go on the street and I say, someone give me your passport, I'm not going to hand it over. So what gives any organization, a hotel, what the hell does a hotel need with my passport? You have my money.
Some hotels do take passports.
Some hotels do that.
I've been on holiday and they've asked for my passport, actually.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, is it like an insurance policy if you do anything to the room so you can't like check out?
That's what they take credit card.
It's a bargaining.
They take credit card imprints for that, and I'm okay with that. Like if I go hire a car, I need to give a $3,000 deposit in case I decide to run off with the car. I understand that. The money is okay. But giving up something that's legally like identifying who I am, no, 100 times no. Not going to happen.
It's like a bargaining tool.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, I'm not bargaining with that. You can have
No,
anything
yeah.
else. You can take the credit card imprint, but
So
you're
when
not going
Adrian
to.
comes to the UK and the Ramada asks for his passport, you know there's going to be a kerfuffle in
There's-
reception.
You'd be like, you'd be going to the woman at the reception going,
Don't do it. Don't do
Don't
it.
argue with him. Don't argue with him.
I'm up
turn
for
up
it.
with a scanned copy.
You
I
want
just throw
to
them my passport. I'm like, take mine instead.
you want to come at me? I will live the whole thing and I will scream you down because you're not taking my passport. There's no reason that you can give me that's defensible as to why I should hand over my passport. Ain't gonna happen. Joanna has said they messaged me about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Geez, wow, they're really doing the rounds.
Yeah.
Carol Joyce has also said, I agree, you should not hand over your passport. It's a legal document. Thank you. Anyway, I think I made my viewpoint very clear. If you then decide you want to give over your passport, that's your choice. I will not be doing so. I would rather turn around and fly back out of the country, because if you are someone who needs my passport to keep me under a leash, I want nothing to do with you.
So I've just got the person up who is messaging people about Miss Europe Continental. It's scary that I actually have 61 mutual friends with this person. I'm not friends with this person.
Yeah.
Am I friends with this person?
I would suggest that those 61 people just go ahead and delete them. Because
Are you able to tell us the profile name so that girls can be like buyer beware?
it's Alessia Maida. Like as in Maida Vale. Alessia Maida. It's been posted in the advice group. If you're a pageant girl watching this, go to the advice group. That you can see the spelling of the name. I would have a little look
it's the
to
same.
see.
The other one was Alessia Franco. The other profile she was. Oh no! Laura something. No, that's wrong.
That
it wasn't
one.
Alessia. It was Laura something.
Laura was the one who approached me. I haven't seen this one. Laura's the one that approached me.
This is a new one, so they're creating more and more aliases.
Oh wow!
Get girls.
There's
to
so
go.
many people friends. Wow.
61 mutual friends that I have.
I've got 59, and it's a lot of people that are
well known in the pageant world. So
yeah, and people will just, if they add other people will see, oh, she's friends with them, let me accept.
This is
it is because
sorry,
particularly if it's a female, I do that. If it's a male, I generally decline. But if it's a female, I'll always have a look. If I've got lots of mutual friends, I'll just accept.
Yeah.
To be fair though, I started to see now like people as young as 12 or 13 be friends with men and women that are pageant fans or are fake profiles, and you can tell the images have just been uploaded last week. It's a fairly new profile. And to be honest, not many people are joining Facebook unless they are young.
And they've never had an account before.
People have Facebook, yeah.
Well established.
So
exactly.
I feel like internet safety is a huge thing, especially in the pageant world. You're posting these photos on the internet, and I think you need to be very careful, especially when it's got what school you go to, where you work. I had someone phone up my work. Because they saw it on my Facebook, and they were like, oh, is Lauren available? Like, they wanted to speak to me about appearances. Now, my work and my pageant life is completely separate. If you do want to message me about appearances, then please email me or Facebook message me. And it turns out that the profile, I don't even think I'm friends with them, but it says they're from France. But they're local. Their number was a local area number. And I just, why would, like my work is, I'm an estate agent. I'm not a full-time pageant girl. I have a career. And my boss is just like...
conversation in the Northeast pageant land, only this week actually, about internet safety, and some people feel like because guys are pageant fanatics and do really enjoy pageants, that we judge them too quickly and it's not fair. But then on the other hand, there's parents saying, but why would they be wanting to be message young girls anyway? And I'm really against it.
Can I just say, because I was mentioning this to someone before, it does seem to be, so hang on, let me, just before I say that, Jessica Barclay has basically agreed with me to never hand actually one over ever in terms of passport, and she says she's worked in hospitality for a year. And quickly, Danielle, can you hold up, Emma J. Weber has asked for the name again, so can you hold up the profile real quick?
Yeah.
And I normally don't do this, but in this case, I know exactly, well, I know a lot about what's happened with Europe, so I don't want anything to Europe. So there you go. Yeah, Alessia, and just move it a little bit to your right, Danielle. A little bit. Yeah, Alessia Maida. Perfect. Alessia Maida. Okay, and just, thanks, Daniel, you can put it down. I was talking to someone about this before, and I've gotten a lot of friend requests from UK pageant girls. I've never really had that with Australian pageant girls. It does seem to be a UK thing that if you know someone or think you know someone, you add them on your personal profile. And I'm not comfortable with it. I actually have probably a list of 50 or 60 pageant girl friend requests from pageant girls who I'm not going to say yes to, because I don't think there's any need for me to, and I don't think it's professional. You can always add people to your page, or they can like your page. Why they would need your personal information, I cannot think of a good reason for. And I agree with KAYLEIGH. I think in this case, you have to err on the side of caution with this, because you got to look at the consequences. So if you judge someone a bit too harshly, let's say, and you're not going to add them, what's the consequence? The worst consequence is a bit of butt hurt, right? But if you add everyone, what's the worst thing that could happen? They can find out, as Lauren said, and I can do this because I'm very tech savvy. I can find out where you live. I can find out where you work. Then if you are putting posts up with tags, I can go there. And if you have the same sort of travel habits, I could abduct you. That is.
And I had someone hack my Snapchat like this.
Oh yeah, I had someone hack my Snapchat today.
No way.
Someone in Manchester hacked
naked
my
topless photos.
I need to have a little look.
It was all the same people. It was literally the same people that hacked a couple of girls in the pageant circle, and the only factor that we all had was that we were all in a WhatsApp Instagram pod group. And that's how all of our Snapchats got hacked. And they asked a 13-year-old pageant girl that I had on my Snapchat, because my Snapchat was just, it's not like it's my phone number, but it's also I use it to engage with. Because I like the young girls, they always ask for advice. Add my Snapchat. You can contact me on that. It's not my number, but it's a way to get to me. And it's a bit more of a personal level than just Facebook. And they ended up messaging the girl saying it was very weird, and it sounded very much like they knew how I talked. And it was like, "Hey, hun, so I'm really sorry to ask this, but I'm trying to send some sexy photos. Please don't tell anyone. Do you mind sending me some just so I can see how you pose?" Like, what?
I think we need to probably delve into this more at some point with some specific pointers.
Yeah, internet safety is...
Because...
so then I got rid of Snapchat.
Because, see, what happens now is that even if, as KAYLEIGH said, she probably adds females and rather than males, if people want to get at you, people are not stupid. So people go, okay, they're not accepting requests from us as males, so I will set up a fake female account. And that's not difficult. I get a stock photo.
And there's so many fake ones around.
That's what I mean, right?
And you'll see it because the photos aren't normal photos. They're like photo shoots because they're images they pulled off Google of female models or pageant girl headshots, and they will literally just use
it's really
those,
difficult because you guys use pageant headshots too. So it's not easy to go, okay, it's pageant headshot, I'm not going to add. I would just say, look, if you're a parent and you have someone who's under the age of 18, I think you need to really help keep an eye. I know it's probably not a popular thing to say, but you do need to at least educate your child what to do with these friend requests. Because if they're under the age of 18, like they're 11, 12, that just gives me the creeps. It's just wrong. Yeah. It's just wrong. Okay, let's put it out there. And even if you're a bit older, I would encourage you to go through your Facebook and just see how many of your friends actually are your real friends. And maybe also just do a social media checkup and see, okay, if I'm assuming that someone on my social media wanted to get at me, have I given them enough details on my social media to find me or to abduct me or to hack me or something? Because if you have, I think you really need to work out how you can keep your private life private. And then, I think that's enough said. So, because it's very dangerous and it can have very very bad consequences if someone wants to get at you.
Especially if you put, like, if you're a young girl and you put exactly where you go to school. I mean, everyone knows what time school starts and school finishes. They could
I try not to live post anymore. If I'm going somewhere, I tend to take pictures and then I post it later because I don't want to be in that place. Just because I've had some weird things happen before in the past.
See what I mean?
Where like people have just rocked up if I posted live somewhere. Yeah, a bit weird.
See,
so I tend to like save it and post it later once I've left.
There's some psychos out there, guys, so stay safe.
Put it this way, I don't think there's a single pageant girl who has not had at some stage an inappropriate message sent to them. I mean, I'm at the point where I've had an inappropriate message sent to me because they thought I was a woman. And I thought it was hilarious, so I put it on my story so everyone could work out who this guy was. But then I think it was Danielle who actually said a lot. He had mutual friends with a lot of you being UK pageant girls. So this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't know why you guys
I blocked him, by the way, because he kept video calling me.
He sent me a voice message and said, "Hey, sexy, I really like your photo," and then want a WhatsApp, and I'm like, I wanted to send him a voice message back going, yes, I love you very much, and this is my voice. Just to freak him out. It's like, yes, I think you're very sexy too. Yes, I will WhatsApp with you. But these people are, I don't know, it's weird and funny, but these people legitimately are out there, and I think almost every pageant girl probably has had an interaction with someone like that. And I don't want to defend them as, oh, they're just enthusiastic or, oh, they're just pageant fans. It's like, I don't care. Your pageantry is not your life. It's a hobby or a profession. It is not worth you risking your personal safety over. So just be very careful who you add.
And not everyone's intentions are going to be the same as yours either. There's going to be some, like, not everyone's intentions are to enjoy pageants as real as it sounds. That's how it gets. Unfortunately, there's going to be bad people around.
Well,
I find as well that pageant girls are generally like, they really want to speak to everyone and genuinely really do want to just reach out to people and talk to people and meet people and interact with people. And I feel like that's kind of in our nature. So we just automatically assume that these people are okay. And
no.
And as well, I think there's this need to have new friends on Facebook. Oh, what opportunities could they give me? Oh, they're a business owner. They could sponsor me. There's always that. Mm-hmm. And if you see someone that's owns business, you're like, oh my God, maybe in the future they could sponsor me. Let me be friends with them.
I'll be adding me because they're going to message me and offer me a sponsor.
Yeah. And there's constantly that sort of thought process going. And I mean, when I first started pageants, I was adding everyone. I wanted to be friends with everyone because I knew that I was going to meet them at some point, and I can go, oh, we're Facebook friends. I'm Lauren. It's so nice to meet you in real life. But then sometimes you come across like an oddball and you're like, but should I add them? Because they've got mutual friends with this person and I'm new to this, but are they big in pageant world? Like, you don't know. You genuinely don't know who is involved and who's not, because there's so many girls that are mutual friends with these people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, not to harp on it too hard. And Jessica Barclay has said, for example, you can void your house insurance if you say you're on holiday on social, and that she's done 2 podcast episodes about social media so far, laid on heavy about safety. I cull fairly often, but you've inspired me to do a big one. And Jessica's very smart, so I'm not worried about Jessica. Obviously, the cull's still a good idea. But knowing about tech as I do, if I wanted to do inappropriate things to young women, it's very simple. I would go into someone who has their friends list public. I can see the profile photos of young girls. I'll add 10 or 20 of them, however many I can. Out of that, even if 5 say yes, I'll then move on to our next 20. Another 5 say yes. Sooner or later, you're now seeing that I have 20 or 100 mutual friends with you, and you're now thinking I'm legit. Then you add me. Facebook is the worst one, I think, to add people on because we post the most personal stuff. We add where we're educated. So if you're in school, we now know where I've now found out where you go to school. You probably put where you live. You might have been tagged in a post, as Danielle said. It might even have been live saying she's at this bar now. Instagram and things like and TikTok are not as bad for that because we don't put up like where we were educated on Instagram and things like that. But Facebook, just really, really be careful. And I don't want to be the negative Nelly who says that you shouldn't trust anyone, but I think it's time to get real about it as well. The naivete, however you say it, about everyone's out there having your best interest, it's not true. And I'm not saying everyone's out there trying to hurt you, but you need the balance to go, okay, in case someone is trying to take advantage of me, what safeguards have I put in place to make sure it cannot happen? And I just think a lot of the young pageant girls haven't done that. Maybe some of the older ones, they've just added everyone, and then they start putting everything on social, and now if someone wants to find you, they can. Like, we need to at least, I think we need to, I mean, Jess, if you want to do something on this, but social media safety, I think, is massive. And you guys, none of you are, the politically correct way, none of you are teenagers, so I'm not so much worried about you because you guys can all handle yourselves. But I am very worried sometimes about newbies coming into pageantry and adding everyone because I see the number of mutual friends, and it can go very bad very quickly. So I think on that note, on 2019, I think for me, was seeing maybe some of the ugly side of pageantry. And KAYLEIGH, she mentioned before, Galaxy, she had some negative experiences. That's life. It's never all positive, never all negative. You need to understand it's both. That's the way it's going to be. But I think you need to be smart about it as well and not put yourself out there in a way that you can make it very easy for someone to hurt you, because it's not worth it. Like, if someone wants to message you, they could email you, they could message you on your Instagram, they could message you on anything else. They could. There's billions of ways to do it. So just safety first, I think. God, I feel like I've just done
Be careful who you accept.
Well,
Delete everyone. Do it now.
Delete
burn the house down. Well, just
Literally, I'm
out
getting rid of my Facebook tonight. Bye, guys.
just
Nice
out of
knowing you.
interest, do you guys know how many friends you have on Facebook?
I reached the maximum because I think when I first did Miss Universe Great Britain, I had an influx. I'm talking about thousands of people adding me as friends, and I got so bored of vetting every single person. I just went accept.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I do need to have a go through. But like 5,000 people, I need to I reach the maximum all the time.
It's easier.
I don't have time.
It's so easy to go through it. If they haven't got a profile picture, you can delete them. So that's your first purge.
Oh, they made it easier.
All the ones without a profile photo are now deactivated accounts. So that makes it easier. Right. So I'm on 4,352, and I deleted a load just before Christmas.
I'm on 4,951.
Wow.
Well, I've got 49 spaces to be my friend, guys. 49 spaces. Who's going to join me?
Nations in.
Get added now.
Danielle, it's okay. You can delete me and give my spot to someone else. That's okay. I won't take it personally.
I'll give it to someone that's worthy of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Me.
If you want to, I have also had friends who've done a little bit of a college day. Literally, they were doing it by alphabetical order. So one day they would do the A's, the next day, a little bit goes a long way. It's like dieting. It's better if you just do a little bit every day rather than trying to lose 20 pounds in one day. So, a little culling goes a long way. And then the bonus is that your Facebook feed is actually stuff you want to see. Because
that is a nightmare.
Otherwise, it's just a bunch of random nonsense and crap.
Oh no! Anyone that posts, I try to get rid of them.
I even do this thing where if someone posts something negative on Facebook, I delete them. Like, someone made a joke about coronavirus the other day, and I just thought, there's people that actually dying. Like, deleted them straight away.
Yeah.
And if someone's like making a crude joke, that I've got a dark sense of humor, but if it's too dark, I'm like, okay, that was your last chance. You're gone.
If there's too much swearing.
Or if they put, like, my man just cheated on me, look at these screenshots. I'm like, I'll read them and then I'll go delete.
Yeah.
KAYLEIGH, how many friends do you have on your Facebook? I mean, these two are running at almost 5,000. I feel left out.
I don't think I'm anywhere near that. I'm not
saying that's a bad thing either. I think I got like maybe 300 or 400, or maybe even less.
Really?
Because I don't add anyone.
I feel so special.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can delete you after this.
I'm your Facebook friend.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how to say.
You know what I do sometimes? When it says the birthdays.
Yeah.
And
Go through the birthdays.
I'm like, oh, happy birthday, goodbye. I don't know who you
your
are.
memories as well. Like, in your memories it says you were friends like 10 years ago. I'm like, 10 years ago, bye.
So Kayleigh, how many do you have roughly, or you don't know?
And I don't know how to look because when I click on my Facebook, it brings my face up, and I daren't click the X in case it knocks the video off.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably safe to say you don't have as many as as these to do. I don't know how you guys do it because otherwise my Facebook feed would just be full of stuff I don't want to see.
I think I'm only on like 2 or 3,000.
I'll find out now for you.
It prioritizes though, so I only see posts from like people that I actually like engage with.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an algorithm, but every now and then something will come up and I'll be like, "Who's that?" And then I'll just go and delete. So whenever that happens, then
the algorithm goes, okay, 80 or 90% of the time I'll show you stuff that you seem to like interacting with, which obviously is your close friends, and then every now and then 5% or 10% will go, well, maybe you might like this, I'll show it to you, and then if you actually unfriend or delete it or block it, the algorithm learns. So the algorithm is actually there as much grief as some content creators give it. It's actually there to help us and protect us. But look, do you
remember the good old days of when Instagram used to be who posted first?
Yeah.
I used to love that. Never missed a post, and now I miss everyone's posts.
Yeah, I do.
Get with the times, Lauren. Move to TikTok. Start TikToking.
Oh, I
need to take social media really personally though as well.
Yeah.
Like when
I'll start Renegade.
Sorry, Kayleigh, you go. Lauren's beeping out and showing us her TikTok skills. You go.
No, I was just saying, like, social media now, like, people take really personally when you miss a post or you don't see something. People get really offended by it. And I'm not offended that you missed my post, Danielle. Don't worry.
Yeah. Then I was like, what? And I had to like go onto your profile and scroll through. I was like, oh my God, how did I miss this?
But yeah, I just think Facebook's weird.
I like how you say people get offended over social media. I think people should grow up. Honestly,
really quickly as well.
Oh yeah, it's instant at a drop of a hat. It's like, oh my God, you didn't look at my story. I scrolled through and you're not there. Like, you don't like me. I'm going to unfriend you. It's like,
you didn't vote on my poll to join my team for selling perfume. I'm so offended.
Yeah.
Whenever I see your perfume post, I'm like, skip.
I don't blame you. I'm annoying.
I would vote on it, but the options don't apply to me. That's the thing. Like, either way I reply to it, it can't happen in Australia. So
until we open up that New Zealand branch, and then you can.
I sent. This is completely unrelated, but quickly, I sent FM an email. They haven't gotten back to me. So I'm like their headquarters. I'm not entirely thrilled with the fact that they take that long to respond.
You're going to head up Australia?
I might. I was looking at some of their products.
International, baby.
I would like to have some nice perfumes and colognes or fragrances.
I'll order you some for when you come to Galaxy.
Yeah, that'll make up for the horrible food that you inflict on me. Okay, so Jessica Barclay said, any swear word, I hit unfriend, constant moaning, hit unfriend, drunken craziness, unfriend. Yeah. On two of those three things, you might have to unfriend me then. I don't moan, but I do. I have been known to swear, and drunken craziness sometimes.
I mean, the odd swear word, like using it in a funny manner is the odd, like obviously if you're not in pageantry and you're just a normal person and you cuss like a normal person, sometimes
if you are in pageants,
then if you are in pageants, you
if you're
tend
insane
to avoid
enough to be in pageantry.
I mean, like I get some girls on my Facebook and they're like, my boyfriend cheated on me last week, and then like this week they're like, oh my God, he's the best thing that ever happened. I'm like, delete.
Yes, that drives me crazy.
I've got people that are not in the pageant world that are on my Facebook that every now and then they'll put a story up, but they'll have swear words in it, but it'd be hilarious. And sometimes
you can't share it because it's got swear words
in it. And sometimes the use of the swear word just like sends that story home and makes it even more hilarious. But I think when someone's being like abusive or dropping C-bombs, or like when it's in like, it depends on the context of the swear words being used. If it's something that's quite abusive, then you got to go.
Yeah.
And political stuff as well. I don't like it when people constantly post political stuff. I'm like, oh, bore off.
Look, the thing is, I mean, we all have
when that election was going on.
Oh God, I just felt like going unfriend. Like, I don't care about your opinion.
There were a lot of posts, but look, at the end of the day, we all have our own personal opinion on it. So I think the main thing is that you decide proactively who you want on your social and who you don't, and do something about it rather than just adding everyone and hoping that nothing bad happens to you, because that's not a plan. That's very, very dangerous.
It's like accept.
No, I just leave them.
But back when Facebook was relatively like innocent, it's quite sinister now. But back when it was new and everyone just added everyone, and you didn't think that anything like that would be happening. That's kind of when I was like accepting everyone. Now I'm like, oh God, like
it's changed a lot.
I probably have like over 500 friend requests that are just sitting there, and I should ignore them all, but they just sit there.
I don't go through them. I probably shouldn't just delete all of them. But anyway,
I go through mine weekly and just delete.
Let's Kayleigh, we'll wrap this up, and I'll go to you first in terms of what you got coming up, pageant or otherwise, in between now and Galaxy UK, let's say.
So I have my gender reveal party on the 22nd of February. So I'm excited for that. I'm going back to Morocco. That's going to be my very last appearance for Galaxy. So before I won my title, I went to Morocco and volunteered in the baby orphanage and took 120 kilograms of clothes and toys and things over there. So I want to end on that as well. So I'll be doing that the weekend before Galaxy. And then I've got the Pageant Land Ball. I've got a couple of local charity pageants to judge. A few little events here and there in the meantime. So yeah, quite busy up until the lead up.
With the gender reveal party, I'm sure yours will go perfectly. I did see one on TikTok that was hilarious. I think I showed Danielle.
I saw you shared it.
The parents decided that what they would do, sorry, I'm just going to comments, what they would do is hide like the gender of the baby in this balloon, this giant helium balloon. So I think they had confetti, and it was probably shaped in as like blue boys or pink girls. And they get this person, and I guess it might have been the mother, I don't know, and they blindfolded her and they gave her a stick. So the whole thing is they put this giant balloon in front of her, and she was going to hit the balloon with a stick. The balloon would pop, and then everyone would know the gender of the baby. This girl proceeds to start hitting the balloon, and it doesn't burst. It doesn't burst. What does happen, though, is that the balloon starts to float away and goes higher and higher in the sky. And then she takes off the blindfold and starts chasing after it, trying to hit it with the stick, but it just keeps getting higher and higher. And then at the end of the video, it's just the balloon has completely flown away, and no one knows what the gender of the baby was. So I hope yours goes better than that.
Oh my God.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, to this stage, still no one knows what the gender of that baby was.
Just cut the cake open.
I am having balloons, but I'm having 10 balloons actually. And
Are you having 10 babies?
10 babies.
That's 10 bonus points.
Can you imagine?
1 point per baby.
Yeah, like just one bit. I was panicking that I was having twins, because twins run in not only my side, maternal, my mum's side, which is a high genetic thing. It also runs in my husband's side. So at 6 weeks, when I found out the earliest possible scan I could have, I was like, I need to know if there's 2. I would not be.
That's two nappies you'd have to change.
That is really
twice the amount of stink, Lauren.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely
throwing up.
Yeah, on each table there's going to be a gender reveal balloon, and we're all going to pop it together, which will be quite nice.
Oh.
Don't use a stick.
I thought you was going
So if one flies off, at least you'll have another 9.
At least we'll have some back.
I thought you was going to like
Substitute.
have like 10, but then like whatever the baby is in like the 6th balloon, if you get what I mean. If you get what, like, for example, if you're having a girl, then you have 6 pink balloons, and then you have 4. So 1 by 1, and you see what
So
one
you've
the
got to
last
count
one is.
them. So it's like a bit of a
Yes.
teaser.
So it's like, oh, boy, girl, boy, girl.
I
What's the
enjoy
last one going to be?
I enjoy that.
There you go. You've just been given
I'm just
an
going to read
idea.
like that.
Lauren, what do you have coming up over the next week?
So I have my final training day with the Welsh Women's Aid on Friday. Then Saturday I am travelling to Cardiff, which is about 3.5 hours away, right down south of Wales. And I'm doing on the Sunday a 5K run. It's the Cardiff Winter Warmer 5K run. And we're doing it with Miss Wales and a few other Miss Wales finalists. So it'll be fun. Good to see everyone.
Don't freeze to death.
And that's it. But I haven't trained.
I was going to say.
I'm not a runner either. So I feel like my card. I can run like half a mile and then I'm done. So good luck to me.
Running fun sounds horrendous.
Yeah, I'm gonna pace myself, have fun with the girls, and I'm sure if we're all laughing and we'll get around it a lot easier. There's quite a few of us, so as long as we're having fun and keeping each other going, and someone's like carrying me on their back, we'll be fine.
Is that your definition of pacing yourself? Being carried on someone's back? Yeah, don't go too hard.
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised when you said you got a 5 kilometer run. It's like I didn't know that you run, and that's not a short distance. I mean, it's not a.
I used to run, but I'm not very good at it now. But it's for fun. It's not like a serious run. It's just a fun run. So
Okay.
I'll be fine, and we can walk it.
I was going to say,
or just light jog.
sounds good.
Or you'll just
Fun
see me
jog.
power walking around the park in Cardiff.
Maybe you should have tequila shots.
No.
If there was tequila shots at the
No.
end, at the finish line, I'd be done in like 10 minutes. I'm not that much of an alcoholic. I don't drink that much.
If you gave Lauren tequila shots before she goes on her fun run, she will
say
never make
flying off
she will
to
never make the
Thailand.
end of it. She'll have a lot of fun, but she'll then be lost somewhere. No one will ever.
I did a
That'd be
10K
a fun
once.
run.
So I did a 10K in 2018, I think, and there was sausage rolls and sausage rolls and tea at the end of the finish line. So I was the first one finished, literally with the guide that was guiding us round. Me and him were at the front, and I was like, I need my
Are you
sausage
really
roll.
that easily swayed by food?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. All right, at least it works for
If you
you.
want Lauren to do
course I
anything
was.
for you, tell her there's a sausage roll involved for you, and then she'll do it.
Yeah. Or a Taco Bell at the end. I hope there's a Taco Bell in Cardiff, actually.
Look it up. Look it up.
I don't know.
Danielle, what
Yes, there
about
is.
yourself? I mean, I saw like a whole bunch of things you've been doing recently, so catch us up.
So I have this week off of work, so I'm just kind of researching what I can do appearance-wise and make the most of this time off. I have my monthly conservation happening on Sunday. There's biscuits there, so there is a food incentive as well if anyone wants
Lauren
to
will
come.
run all the way there now that you've said there's biscuits.
They've got the I've made sure they've upped the biscuit game as well, so there's a nice selection now.
Is it Jammy
Um,
Dodgers?
I think there was Jammy Dodgers, and we had fig
I'm gonna
rolls
do
last
that.
week as well, and we had chocolate hobnobs and
Not a fan.
bourbons. ginger
Rate my
snaps.
biscuit.
Bring my biscuit. And what else am I doing? Yeah, it's kind of. I live in the gym these days. I constantly ache. So
Fun.
that is But I feel strong though. Like recently I've been lifting really heavy, and I'm just like proud of you, getting strong.
Very
So,
nice.
well on my way to climbing up to Everest Space Camp. Base camp.
Just
I could have
Maybe
sworn you
start
said
by putting your
space.
picture up.
Huh?
Maybe you should start by lifting your picture up on the wall.
It was that, yeah. I mean, it's quite heavy. I had to carry it all the way from Tottenham Court Road. I actually went out for dinner as well. I met a friend and had to carry this big old picture around everywhere with me. What on earth do you? And it was so embarrassing because I'd come from Tottenham Court Road, met them in like Liverpool Street, and then we ended up going back to Tottenham Court Road just for dinner. And I was just like, the people here are probably laughing at me in this tube station. They've seen me twice now carry this picture through.
At least you didn't leave it there.
Yeah,
true.
like I wasn't going to leave it there. Yeah, I wasn't going to leave the crown jewels there.
Dear me. That's going to be famous. So again, we'll wrap up on this. If you want to see Danielle put up her painting, do her crown jewels, do let her know.
Smash a like and a follow, and we'll make sure she does it next week.
Yeah. The next week's podcast can just be Danielle putting up her crown. We'll see how big a hole she can blow in the wall.
It does need to, but it's not gonna. It's probably not gonna be like in the video anymore because it'll be like higher.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to stand and film if I want it in the
You
background.
can do that. I have confidence in you. I have faith. Okay, well, that is that. Thank you, KAYLEIGH, for appearing as our guest.
Thank
When I'm
you.
over there in the UK, I expect you to show me where to get Biscoff because I still haven't tried that.
Got you a jar.
Only
I'm on
one
it.
jar.
Only
Well,
one.
for handover, I'm just gonna like chuck out Biscoff biscuits to everyone.
Can be hit in the eye
You
by a
get one of
Biscoff
those-
biscuit.
Yeah.
You know
like
those
when
money
people
guns?
when people ice skate and then people throw roses at them, don't they do that in ice skate?
Yeah, mine's Biscoff.
And we'll just throw kits to you on stage.
Jars.
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm throwing jars at the God.
KAYLEIGh, you're going to be so easy to buy for handover gifts. You're just going to get all Biscoff and nappies.
Biscoff and nappies.
I'll get you a gas mask just in case.
Oh my God. For your like gender reveal party, you have to do like what's in the baby's diaper, what chocolate bar is in the baby's diaper.
Yeah, we are.
You've got to have one Biscoff one in there.
We did the string, how big the baby's bump is, and I did mine, and everyone's like, "That's tiny." I put it around my sister's waist, and it like from around the bump, and it was perfect. I'm very good at that game.
Okay.
Well, everyone's welcome. Feel free to come along.
Okay. All right, and thank you to Lauren and
I'll bring
Lauren
you tequila.
and Danielle. Lauren for telling KAYLEIGh that that nappies stink, and Danielle for the endless stream of jokes. You were in good form tonight, Danielle. Just a constant stream of dad jokes. Oh God. And thank you to everyone for watching as well. Congratulations for making it through to the end. And we will speak to you next time.
What's up, guys? It's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head over to pageantlaunch.com, join our launch team for our review site. It's super important to all of us to make sure that the industry is safe, transparent, and fair. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, write in your email address, and we'll speak to you next time.